just another guy just had tons and tons of different stories to tell. But I'll pick one. So I hadn't met Lieutenant J.G. Chevalier yet. He's in the Coast Guard. I hadn't met him until he's about halfway through the syllabus. And we all checked in the schedule the night before to see what we're doing the next day. I did. And I noticed that I'm on a schedule with an Ensign Koch, K-O-C-H, Koch, and a Lieutenant J.G., what I thought at the time was Chevalier. Right? Chevalier. So I go into the briefing space and I introduce myself, and we sit down and we get to a point in the brief where we talk about sequence of events. Basically, we brief about which student's gonna fly first, and which student's gonna fly second. And I said, well, I'm gonna take Ensign Koch first, and then I'm gonna take Ensign Chevalier after that. And I noticed it started getting quiet. I look up and I could tell Koch wanted to say something. And I said, what do you got there, Koch? And he says, respectfully, sir, I know my name looks like it's Koch, but it's actually pronounced Cook. And I said, okay, no problem. Cook. Make sure I correct it. I look over at Joe, and he is fuming. Not quite as red as Johnston, but and I can tell he's kind of mad, right? So I said, what do you got there, Chevalier? And he says, he goes, sir, Chevalier. Chevalier? And I said, what? Right? He said, it's Chevalier. I said, okay, fine, Chevalier. Right. And he goes down saying that Ensign Cook, you did pretty well that day. Not so much. Right? That same flight, we were Joe was in the plane with us, and he was flying, and we were coming back here to home field, and the weather was so bad back here at home that we could not legally shoot an approach to try to land back here at home field. So we decided to divert to Pensacola International Airport, which is right there in downtown Pensacola. And I could tell that Ensign Cook and Ensign Chevalier were getting a little bit nervous. You know, are we going to make it? Do we have enough fuel? That kind of stuff. So I took controls and I assured them everything was going to be fine. I said, I'll shoot this approach in Pensacola. And I said, Joe, you just keep your eyes out for the runway. Right? When we break out down below the clouds and you see the runway, I said, just say runway in sight, and I'll give you the controls and you just go ahead and land. Right? It's pretty easy. And he said, Roger. Right? He didn't say Roger. And I said, okay, so I shot the approach all the way down, and we get to about 250 feet, and I look underneath the chin bubble, but I'm looking at my instruments, but I see underneath the chin bubble that I start to see a little bit of the ground. And immediately, Joe says, row inside, sir, row inside. And I can feel him trying to take control. So I look up from my instrument scan, I look over, and what Joe was calling runway in sight was actually 9th Avenue. I said, no, Joe. I said, the runway will not have cars on it. All right, last but not least,